Hi guys, we're just going to be doing a really quick check-in on Joshua Bishop's case. Can you tell me, please? Ooh, this was a very unexpected event, okay? This is something he definitely did not expect or see coming. This card is, it's actually connected with Mars, which can be very violent, it can be aggressive, very fast, something lightning speed, so could have been happening while he was traveling. The tower often represents things coming crashing down, all our beliefs. Something that we see a certain way has now been radically shifted. Something has been uprooted. We're not feeling stable on our ground anymore. Yes, it's interesting because I always feel that this is Mars. It is Mars energy, but I also always feel that it's like a Uranus vibe too, where it's a mover and shifter. You know, it's a mover and shaker. Things are shifting. Maybe something exploded, as I said in the last tarot, where there was communication. But it was definitely an unexpected event. And it could be around a female. Doesn't have to be. But it could be. I don't know if he was off going to meet somebody, whether it's be just a feminine energy, male or female, could be an actual female. But also the Empress represents parklands, it's lush land, it's the beauty, you know, the beautiful landscapes, that kind of thing. Party vibe right here. Reckless, I'm hearing. Reckless energy, which is interesting because I'm pretty sure he mentioned that in the spirit session, saying he thought something was a bit reckless. This can be a vehicle as well. Something with horsepower. Something like a loud vehicle. Yep, could have been hanging out with people where there was music. A vibe, a real vibe going on. Looks like it's an outdoor area. This is also very fast energy. The Knight of Wands is a very quick energy. It's in and out. So this just happened really fast. Queen of Wands. Might have been a time where he was feeling quite confident about it. What he was doing, where he was, who he was with. Yeah, it's interesting. The Two of Cups shows harmony. Can also show romance, invitations, that kind of thing, dating, meeting up with someone. Although the main feeling is that, and even with a spirit session, it seems to be veering more towards a drug thing, but that does not mean that there wasn't this element here. Because it actually did say something also that someone had accused him or something of sleeping with their girlfriend or something. It was something along those lines. But another Knight of Swords, okay, this is the Knight, another Knight, shows younger energy. This is people in their 20s. And it can also mean that literally someone may have been getting on a motorbike, someone might own a motorbike, but once again a fast vehicle, but also booking it out of there, getting the, you know, hell out of there, running fast. And I know he kept saying something about running, and I was feeling very puffed out at one stage. And I was wondering if they were giving chase at one stage. Okay. And it was interesting because I also was a bit confused because on one hand I felt like he was blindsided. He had met up with someone he was not expecting to be there, or vice versa, they weren't expecting him to be there. It was hard to pinpoint exactly what it was. But I kind of felt that he was blindsided, like he was used as a scapegoat. He didn't see something coming. I don't know if he went to arrange a meetup with someone and then other people were there instead, kind of like similar to a catfishing. It could be something like that, where he thought he was meeting up with a certain person or a certain, you know, group of people. And yeah, something's gone wrong. Something's gone wrong. And there's a lot of anxiety here. So there was a lot of stress around this situation. There's a lot of fear here while running, you know. Yep, trying to be strong, trying to be brave. Putting on a brave face, I'm hearing. but was not feeling, definitely not feeling confident. I'm going to get another one in that one. King of Swords can be someone in their 40s, 30s, 40s. Sometimes the Knights are 20s, 30s, but it could be, yeah, there's a deal. There's an exchange going on here. There's maybe a mutual exchange. If it is like buying drugs, selling drugs, or it's almost like I'll give you something if you give me something. This is what this is about. The Six of Pentacles is always a mutual exchange. So being the King of Swords, it can represent something like a legal, maybe even an illegal exchange. And this is head over heart. So we're talking about a serious exchange here. Let me get an idea on the Ten of Pentacles. Could have been at someone's home. Yeah, it looks like it looks like he may have left the park to go to someone's home, or there's a home that he visited that's right near that park, and that's why his phone probably pinged at the park. That could be it. Yeah, this actually happened extremely fast, as I'm telling you. This chapter, his life cycle, he was betrayed. Like, I definitely feel like he was blindsided and betrayed. And maybe someone didn't pay up. There's an issue around money. There's an issue around greed. Someone not... And I know he was saying something like... and it was really confusing because on one hand, it sounded like he's saying that he took money and he spent it. No, he said, I tried to spend the money I took. But then afterwards it said, paid it, but some claim spending anyway. Kind of was saying, well, I did pay it, but others are claiming that I spent it. So it could have been that someone else had done something with something he was supposed to be responsible for, and then they blamed him, or, you know, it's a really hard thing to pinpoint right now. I cannot pinpoint it as such right now because there's a lot of different layers in this, I feel. And there's the devil. Yeah, definitely the devil. Someone lured him. Wow, I'm almost getting the word lured there. He was lured there. I wonder if someone was wearing a hoodie. But I'm getting that he was lured there. And this can often represent alcohol, drugs, substance abuse. Someone put their hand out and someone didn't give. Okay, someone put their hand out for payment and someone held back. And I don't know if that's Josh, or, you know, I don't know if he wasn't able to give, or if he found himself in a situation where he didn't know what the hell was going on and he was sent there. It's really, as I said, hard to pinpoint. I can't really fully get it. Yeah, I can't fully get it. There's two pathways here, and it shows me a vehicle, okay, right there, which shows me that, yes, there was two different locations, and I want to say that he was taken to. It feels like, and it's so frustrating. I know with the integrity of the investigation, we're not allowed to know everything, okay? Because it's obviously an investigation. The police are behind the scenes working on it. They know things we don't know. There was a report apparently from the police stating that he drove himself to Albion, right, at Ridley St. I don't know if the police have CCTV footage, if his phone was switched off at Broadmeadows Valley Park. So did he turn it back on when he got to Albion? I don't know. Spirit keeps saying that his friends took off with his car and dumped it there, and which would fall in line with what the associates were saying about they believed his car was stolen. So I just look at the cards and think, he was, I believe, lured somewhere. So even if he did drive himself to Albion, the friends or whoever these associates are may have said, drive there. Take that, take your car there, drive it or drop it off there, or, go and meet us over there, or whatever it might be. Somehow his car's ended up over there, and it isn't, I believe, maybe something that he, well, if he did drive himself there, he may have been willing to go there, but I do believe that it's because of somebody else. But it is interesting how Spirit kept saying that his friends took the car. He says they took the car. So I'm not sure. Boredom. Yeah, as I said, there was it's like a naive energy here going on as well. Like he just did not see this coming, that these people or persons, whoever they were, would turn on him. Now, this could be a childhood friend. This could be someone he's known for a long time. In amongst the crowd, there could be someone who he's known for a while, okay? Might even know their dad too. And I'm hearing he wanted to be in someone's good books. So I do believe he did get himself into something that's so, into something deeper than he realized. He didn't realize how deep he was getting into something and how serious it was that he was getting into, I feel, until he obviously met up with these people and realized. Yeah, look at the runaway card. So I do believe he did run away. I do believe he gave chase. Oh, they gave chase, sorry. I do believe that. Okay, we've got the death card coming up again, guys. Because I know I've explained to a lot of you that I haven't necessarily felt a very strong connection with this case. And I mostly just did this case because I had a request. I don't always do request if I don't feel a connection. But I did kind of feel a connection, so it's hard to explain it. At one stage, I'm like, is he alive? Is he deceased? It was really hard to pinpoint what exactly, has happened here. Now, the suicide card, unalived card, however you want to say it. Got to be careful on social media these days, don't we? But that's coming up. I don't know, guys. I just don't get that idea. I just don't. We have to keep an open mind. It says home, in a home. Yeah, I don't feel that. I just don't get that idea. Is he near a home? Remember I saw in my first tarot that I could see a slight embankment. I could see mud. I could see a road. And obviously he's off-road, but it's not like he's right near the road. He is almost like down the embankment. There's a small creek running behind, I feel, and then there's a lot of bushland. And then over there's homes. So further back, there's homes. Could be a main road. I did see that slippery when wet sign as well. I don't know if that's a literal sign. This is saying faked death. I don't believe that. I don't believe he faked his death, but maybe they are, if they did put his car there, wanting people to think that he's just taken off and done this, There's the debt. Interesting, that's coming up saying debt, all right? Party. Interesting. And mind control. So people may have had something over him, or he might have just felt in some ways that he didn't have a choice in this situation, okay? An assassination. So it may have felt that, yeah, someone really did come after him, targeted him, wanted revenge on him. Well, it's interesting it's saying serial killer. I don't know who these people would be. It's interesting because they mentioned in the spirit session something about a female involvement. And have they done something to someone in the past? Could have been a female. Now, aliens is an interesting thing. I don't believe it's obviously meaning literal aliens from outer space. I don't get that idea. I do feel like he felt like they were aliens, like he was maybe alienated from these people. He was treated like not one of the pack. I feel like they turned on him. I just get that idea that they turned on him. And there was, right, an article that I just saw on the news this morning, or just before, I don't know when it was now, I can't remember, but it was today. And it was of a young guy, probably in his 20s, who was in Melbourne And I'm not saying that Joshua is gay. We don't know. I really don't know. But this young man was gay or is gay. And he actually was going to go out night clubbing and then decided against it. And so he was bored. And so he looked online on a dating app. And he met up with, a guy on there. And, he met a guy on there. And the guy said, hey, meet me at Fitzroy Gardens, I think it was, or Fitzroy Park somewhere. So they got to chatting and he decided he'd go and meet this guy. Turns out it was a group of 8 or 9 guys that actually had lured him there to beat him up so severely that he was bleeding. I think he had broken bones. I think there was a neck injury. So much trauma to his brain. I don't remember all the ins and outs of it now, but extreme trauma to his body, okay? They meant business. Now, I'm not saying that's exactly what happened to Josh. I'd still definitely get the drug element there somehow with these associates or whoever these people were. But that just really made me think along the lines, like it almost felt like a catfishing as well. It's similar, that he went to a meeting or to meet up with someone or some people thinking it was going to be a certain thing, was just going to be very straightforward, and someone or people turned on him. He did not see something coming. He did not realize how deep he was getting into something. And it could be over a debt. It could be that someone, has been trying to get someone else to pay, whether he was paying for someone else or it was his own debt or whatever it might be. They might have been trying to get a hold of this person and then have lured him in thinking that he's going to meet up with someone else and then they're waiting for him, kind of thing. It could be that. It could be that. But his intuition was telling him, he actually had an inkling before leaving that something was not right. An organized crime. Yes, and it also said a few times in the spirit session that he was fishing for information. That meant not literal fishing. I felt like it meant that he was fishing for information. It even said, and this is how I interpreted it, that he had actually at a prior meeting with someone, it sounds like, because it said he was brave previously around his smartphone, that he was recording conversations. Maybe he was paranoid that they would use something against him, or if, he's got something on them as well, if they've got something on him type thing. So it could have been that he was filming something or recording something and that they found out as well. And that's why it said in the spirit session something about, should we, he's getting too close to something, or he's too close to it. Should we, do something? And then it said over. So it kind of made me think, okay, are they talking? Was there people talking about, should we do him over? Like, is it getting too close? He's been found out recording stuff. And now they're worried he's going to talk. It was kind of that vibe as well. So this is why I get so confused, because I'm thinking, what is it exactly, right? It's trying to like peel away all the layers of things and trying to get to the truth of it. What is it? I do believe that there was a debt. He says he was late paying something. It was either his debt or someone else's, but I feel like there's someone else that's thrown him under the bus, maybe snitched or maybe lied, saying he spent your money. And it was interesting because it said it started at $4,000. So it sounded like there may have been a $4,000 debt. And at one stage it said, here's $3,000. So it's like most of it's been paid off, but he's late paying it. So it's just really interesting stuff here. I can't, as I said, put it all together right now. My brain's just not working with it. But that's so interesting. That's coming up again. I don't know what the hell that means. I don't believe he would do that to his family. And yeah, look at that, a meeting. Yeah, definitely had a meeting. Met up with these people over fraud. Over fraud? Don't know. It did say fraud in the spirit session. Yeah, look at the lies here. Lies around fraud. Yeah. Interesting. So it could have been that he was going to eventually expose some people and they got really panicked. We don't know. But something, obviously he's missing. Grandparents there. Cover up. Yeah, we know. I believe there is a cover up here. And social media. So there's something about social media. They might be covering up things on social media. Yep. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to see if there's anything else coming up. Not really getting... Yeah, I feel like he was kind of trying to gather information as well. So, yes, there might have been things that, you know, he was getting himself into deeper and deeper with dangerous people. But let's have a look. Oh, what else can you tell me? So they're telling me that he's out in the country land. Okay, woodland, wilderness, green, lush, maybe near a national park, bushland, that kind of thing. If he is deceased, okay, I never say 100%. Looks like he's been, maybe a sharp weapon has been used, but we don't really know, do we? Okay, no, I've got to focus on Joshua Bishop. Pickup truck or ute. Now, that's so interesting because I heard he said to me, well, I'm assuming it was him, I heard Spirit say drives a Hilux. So I'm wondering, look at that, forest path mossy. So maybe an area where a four-wheel drive or some kind of pickup truck or ute could actually drive in if they drove in somewhere. It's over money. And there's a bridge and mountains. So it did say, look, it's actually said over the mountains, inspect. So there's maybe at the bottom of a mountain on the other side. I really don't know. Interesting though. Lust, affair is coming up again. Temptation, infidelity. So is there some truth to maybe not him necessarily having an affair, but someone did accuse him of something, it sounded like. Because you hear that like, wow, you slept with her kind of thing on the spirit session. And then it said too, he suspect I slept with her or something. So there could have been a paranoia kicking in around someone's girl. I don't know. It's very interesting stuff. But suicide's coming up again, guys. That's interesting. Mental illness fragmented. There's a church in months. Some aspects could be unsolved. Yeah, okay. Yep, there it is. Bushland forest. That's where it's saying that he is July. He could be found in July. This was planned. So yes, we can see that an unexpected thing happened on his end, but I believe that these other people planned. There's a huge amount of planning in this as well, which is scary. Yeah, and in weeks it will be July. So maybe we're going to, hopefully they'll find him in hours. There could be some information coming through. Yeah, it did say he was beat up. So, and it's saying south for this one, but I know he said turn east in the other one. And there's a body of water and a boat nearby. Yeah, the northeast is interesting as well. So it could be that, you know, sometimes with crimes, if it's a crime, there can be multiple crime scenes. Yeah. Now it says here, new identity, don't want to be found, fresh start, new life. I just don't get that idea with him. I feel like this is something that the associates would hope that police and family would believe. Yeah, so a male suspect, accomplice. Yep. Okay, I think I'll probably leave it there for now, guys. There's not much else coming up, but I just wanted to, get some, look at, wow, that's the last one. A male suspect known to the victim. This is not a stranger. Okay, this is someone who's known. I know in the last tarot it did say there was a stranger, and there was also, but it could be that the male that is known to him really set it all up. We just don't know. Let's pray there's going to be answers soon for Joshua and his family. My heart goes out to them. It's really devastating what's happened to this young man. There's no answers. So let's just pray that he's found soon. Love and blessings.